The Himalayas are not designed to accommodate permanent human structures. They are a volatile, shifting landscape defined by extreme weather and rapid seismic activity. Look closely at the valley where the Kedarnath Temple sits. The word Kedar literally translates to swampy land. It is a U-shaped gorge resting entirely on unstable, temporary ground. Yet right in the middle of this shifting environment, a massive stone temple has remained completely intact for over 1,200 years. It is difficult to reconcile that 12th century history with a landscape that naturally funnels avalanches and rock slides toward the valley floor. We saw those forces during the catastrophic 2013 flash floods. Millions of gallons of water and mountain debris poured directly into the Kedarnath Valley. As that deluge surged toward the temple complex, it carried enough kinetic force to rip stone walls apart and erase the structure completely. When the mud cleared, a massive boulder, almost the exact width of the temple itself, was found lodged at the moraine's edge, directly behind the structure. That rock took the brunt of the impact. It acted as a physical buffer, splitting the incoming torrent of debris and forcing the floodwaters to flow around the sides of the temple walls. Many consider that deflection a miracle, but it raises a question. Was the temple's survival a stroke of luck or the result of where the builders chose to stand? Dr. Rakesh Bhatt, an expert in Himalayan archaeology, notes that the original builders mobilized massive resources to evaluate the soil quality here before placing a single foundation stone. This diagram shows what they found: a medial moraine, an elevated ridge formed from glacial debris. They built the temple in the center of this raised platform. That slight elevation keeps the temple above the natural paths of avalanches and flash floods. To verify the structural integrity of that spot, engineers ran a ground-penetrating radar survey across the site shortly after the 2013 floods. The radar data showed that despite the massive pressure from the surrounding floodwaters, the 1,200-year-old foundation was entirely unharmed. The temple's survival was not a matter of luck. The builders utilized the mountain's own topography to create a permanent defense. However, the 2013 disaster did leave permanent scars on the surrounding valley. The flooding caused the Mandakini and Saraswati rivers to merge into a single channel. This schematic maps out the first modern countermeasure. Engineers used heavy wire crates to physically wedge the merged river apart, forcing the Mandakini and Saraswati back into their separate paths. With the water diverted, crews then constructed a massive 3-tier security barricade behind the temple to handle future debris flows. The initial layer is a designated settling ground where debris loses momentum. Behind that, a heavy-duty wire mesh fence traps incoming boulders. The final wall is a dense concrete barrier reinforced by ISMB 350 steel girders anchored deep into the ground. The logistical cost of these materials was immense. Every single steel beam used in that wall weighs roughly 350 kilograms. High altitudes and extreme weather grounded heavy-lift helicopters. It took 96 men working in unison to manually haul a single girder up the steep mountain trails from Sonpriyag. Modern survival in this valley requires a combination of advanced structural engineering and an intense level of human physical endurance. That effort continues every year. During the winter, heavy Himalayan blizzards bury the entire Kedarnath Valley, covering the temple and the surrounding structures under several feet of snow. Every winter, the valley's landscape is effectively erased. Ice swallows the walkways, the medical posts, and the infrastructure built during the previous summer. When spring arrives, a crew of 300 workers has less than a 2-week countdown to dig the complex out, working around the clock. They are racing to prepare for a massive influx of people. In just days, 10 to 15,000 pilgrims will arrive, requiring clear paths and medical outposts. Kedarnath remains standing because a millennium ago, builders understood how to read the mountain, and today a new generation is willing to move earth and steel to maintain it.